Hello and welcome. I'll be teaching you the four levels of wealth creation. Now, if you offer value to people in any way whatsoever, there are four ways you can offer this value to people and make money for it. This is not just the four levels of wealth creation, this is also the four levels of multiple streams of income. Now, people have this question on how do I make money on multiple streams? I don't know how to do something else other than the thing I know how to do. How can I open a new stream for income? I'll show you. The first level of creating wealth in whatever it is you do have to do with manufacturing, production, or implementation. This is the level where your hands are working, where you're doing the thing. You're creating the value yourself. You're doing the thing. This is the lowest level you can make money from, when you're doing the thing. It's really difficult because it exhausts your time. It exhausts your energy. It's the lowest level to make money from. And that is the level that most people operate on. It doesn't matter if you're self-employed or you have an employee or an employer rather. Doesn't matter. As long as you're using your hands to work, as long as you're manufacturing or creating something, either a product or service, you're working at the lowest level. There is a higher level that is management, that is about management. Now, here's the thing. As a multiple stream, other than doing something different that is not in line in something you're doing, and other than doing the thing, like using your hands to do the thing, you can learn to manage the thing. Now, management doesn't mean you necessarily have to go become a manager in a store or become a manager of something. You can become a manager of the manufacturing of the same thing by individuals that create the thing. Let me give you an example. If you're a graphic designer, right, and you could choose to create graphics with your hands, you could choose to sit all day and create graphics, or you could choose to market graphic designing, and when you get jobs, you get the people who create graphics to create those services, and you get a percentage or cut from whatever it is that they do. You can do that with anything that you do, rather than focusing on looking for people who want the service. You can focus on going to look for as much people as possible and distributing this to the people who don't have much clients also, and being at the forefront of managing it. What I mean managing is, you now have to make sure that they deliver the level of excellence that you do. If you're a person who is very excellent, you necessarily don't have to have a warehouse that you manage people. You just have to have the illusion or the idea of looking for a whole lot of services. So with this, you don't ever run out of services. You don't ever run out of customers, because the goal right now is no more creating the thing. It's looking for people who want the services and getting a cut or a percentage from those that you give or distribute these services to. That is the level of management. But yet, there's even a higher level, a different stream. Now, don't forget that the second level stops you from really doing the thing, or in some rare instances, you could only do it at some point. But there's even a higher level that talks about illustrating the thing. Illustration, right? This is production, this is management, and now illustration. Every single thing that you can do, that you can manage, you can also teach. You can teach others how to do it. Now, this is another stream of income where you can make money from, by teaching people to do the things you know how to do. The good thing with teaching and how social media and platforms have made it easier is you can create something and teach it to thousands and millions of people. That is what technology just created for you, social media and all that. It also, you can create a thing, teach people how it is done, and then distribute it to as much people as possible. The same thing you created. That would have been very difficult if you're manufacturing it with your hands. You can create how it is done. This makes it even easier for you to scale up very, very fast. But here is the problem when you're teaching people. There are lots of information out there. There are lots of things that artificial intelligence can create and provide for you. So you're not trying to be intelligent when you're teaching. You're trying to be brilliant. The difference is this. With intelligence, you're just giving people knowledge. You're giving people the information they can find elsewhere. You're trying to integrate this information uniquely to to teach people a thing. But when you're being brilliant is when you're trying to be creative with your approach in teaching, number one. And number two, you're trying to infuse your experiences and understanding from the things that you've encountered with this. People would rather, or people are more interested in knowing how you overcome the thing, how you got past the situation, than just telling them the situation. They want to get your personal experiences of however it is that this was done. So when you're operating at the level of illustration, make sure you don't just focus on information. You don't just focus on knowledge. You focus on personal experiences. You focus on understanding. But most importantly, you want to help people avoid mistakes. Now imagine that there are two things you have to learn from, and one teaches you the 5 principles of creating this, and the other teaches you the 5 mistakes to avoid while creating this. Which would you rather go for? Because you should, by default, understand that whoever is creating the 5 mistakes to understand paid attention to the principle, and probably this person didn't. So if you want to teach people, make sure that you're helping them avoid the mistakes you did, or mistakes that others did. Make sure that you're also teaching them your experiences, your understanding, and not just information. Now, the highest level is creation. Creation is the level that most people want to operate on. It's really difficult for some. Really difficult. That is the level that people like Elon Musk and some of your, the world leading entrepreneurs operate on. You don't need to jump on that level right now and start thinking on how do I create something that is out of this world. It's unnecessary at this level, because if you finally come up with something that is out of this world, it's going to cost resources to implement it. Innovation costs resources, and you don't need that level right now. Even if you can, and you have an innovation that is very, very explosive, you can start creating little scintillations of approach in manifesting this, but it's going to cost you a lot of resources. So what you want to do, and the multiple streams you can make money from, which are also the 4 different levels of wealth creation, is in producing the value, in managing the value, in illustrating the value, or in creating the value ultimately. But the first 3 level is available to you at no cost. And these are the ways you can create wealth, which is also multiple streams for your income. Thank you all for listening. I'll see you on next.